Okay guys, so the lecture will be recorded on the topic geometrical constructions, which is our second lecture for the month of March. So previously we studied geometry, we studied basic angles, we studied that acute angle are the angles less than 90, right angle is the 90-degree angle, the angle between 90 and 180 are obtuse angle, and the angles above that are reflex angles. We also learned how to draw angles using the protector. We also learned how to measure the angles using the protector. Now we'll basically learn how to draw geometrical figures. Let's start. In the last semester, we learned how to draw angles and shapes using rulers. Using rulers and protectors. Under this topic, we will learn how to use a compass. The compass is the one with a pointy head and the pencil stuck to it. I know, I surely know that you all know about that thing, which is a mathematical instrument consisting of two movable arms attached together by a hinge. It is used for drawing a circle or an arc of a circle. Arc basically means a curve cut that you put on a figure to measure its length or to mark its length. Okay, so this is a drawing basically from a book. This is a good illustration of how to use a compass. You can see how to adjust the arms, how to fix the point of the pencil. The point of the pencil has to be exactly at the point, the pointy side of the arm has to be the same length as the pencil so that you can get accurate measurements. You can clearly see what an arc is. It's a circular cut like this one to measure off what the length is. Okay, the first thing we'll be studying and we'll be learning to draw is a perpendicular bisector. What is a perpendicular bisector? In the figure that is next to you, M is the midpoint of a segment line A and B, a straight line. Okay, so X and Y passes through the line. X and Y is a perpendicular bisector as it is cutting line A and B into equal parts, and it is making an angle of 90 degree. That's why it's called a perpendicular bisector. Hence you'll write X and Y is the perpendicular bisector for A and B. Moving on. Okay, so I'll just teach you guys how to draw a perpendicular bisector. And how will we do that? We'll do that by what we'll do first is we'll take a book, a ruler, and a pencil is very important. A ruler and a pencil is very important. You'll sketch a line segment of exactly 10 centimeters. That will be your line segment A and B. Then you'll do what? You'll fix the compass at half of the line segment. That means you'll open the compass's mouth to around 6 centimeters, exactly one more or 1.5 more than the half of the line segment. That means half of the line segment will be 5 centimeters, and you'll open the compass to exactly 1 centimeter above or 1.5 centimeter above. That means you'll open the compass till 6 centimeters. Like this. You'll do what? You'll make an arc first from point A. You'll write point B and point A, the 2 points of the line segment. You'll make an arc by putting the pointy side of the compass and make an arc on the left hand side, then make an arc on the right hand side. You can see the arcs, how I made the arc. I put the pointy side of the compass at one point and made the arc from the pencil side of the compass. Then I'll put this, I'll do the same. I'll put the pointy side on the point B and make an arc on the left and right hand side. You can clearly see if I make an arc like this, it has intersected the arc I made at point A. It intersected an arc I made by point A. You'll do what is, then you'll, after making the after the point at which both of the arcs I made intersected each other, I'll connect them with a straight line. That line will be your perpendicular bisector, and that will divide your line equally among both sides, and the angle on both sides will be the same. I hope that's clear. Moving on. Angle bisectors. In this figure, the ray XAX divides ABAC into two equal angles. That means ABC are 3 points. X is the angle bisector dividing this angle into two equal parts. That means CAX and BAX are the same. Angle bisector basically divides your angle into two equal parts. Moving on. Here is another visual representation of how to draw an angle bisector. What you'll do is you'll first measure the angle. Simply put dots where the angle is. Then you'll do what? You'll join the center point of the D and the point where you made the angle. You will draw the lines with the same measurement. And then you will open the compass at exactly half the length you draw here. You'll make a cut on both of the lines. You make an arc on both of the lines. Then you'll put the pointy side of the compass on the arc where it intersected the line you made for the angle, and then make an arc at the middle, and you'll do the same with the other one. The point at which the arcs intersect and the point of the line that you made an angle, you'll join them, and that will make your angle bisector. You can clearly see. Then you can label the points like the one in the question so that it is clear for the examiner to inspect you. And then you can also measure it with a D. That will give you exactly 35. Okay, construction of triangles. Construction of a triangle. Okay, so first let me just go through the steps you'll take for the the video I made for you guys. You'll do what? One thing you'll do is you will use a ruler to draw the lines A and B. Then you'll use a protractor to measure an angle of 60. Then you'll use a protractor to measure an angle of 60, and then you'll draw C. You'll draw the line B and C after making an arc, so that you have a clear representation of to mark off its length. Like I told you, arcs are used to mark off its length. Then you'll join A and C and measure the length using a ruler. The second thing you'll do is, for constructing a bisector, is use A as its center, and then you'll do what? You'll draw an arc above A and B and draw arc 2 at B and C, like the one I told you in my first video. Then you'll put the same compass at B, draw two arcs, and then obviously link the points at which the arc intersect each other, donated as S, and and draw a straight line. The video is showing clearly according to my instructions visual representation, so that you guys can have visual aid whenever you're attempting this. You guys can clearly see how I've drawn two arcs. Then I'll do what? I'll draw a straight line where the arcs intersect. That will be our perpendicular bisector for A and B. Okay, quadrilaterals. In a quadrilateral, you'll do what? The first thing you'll do before making a quadrilateral is that you'll always draw the diagonal. You'll always draw the diagonal first. You'll always draw a diagonal first. Then you'll make the first point, that is PS, with P as its center and a radius of its length that is written in your question, so that you have a rough estimate to mark off its length. Open the compass so that you can mark off the second end, that is R and S. You'll mark off the point S from P, and you'll mark off the same point from R using the measurements given in your question. The point at which the two arcs intersect is the two arcs. The point at which the two arcs intersect will be the will be the point S. You'll do the same for point Q, as you can clearly see in the video. You do the same for point Q, and then in the end, using a protector, you'll measure Q, R, and S. You can clearly see how I am measuring opening the compass using a ruler and the measurements given in the questions. When you draw the two arcs, point at the two where the two arcs are intersecting will be your point Q. You'll join them using a scale, and then using a protector, you'll measure Q, R, and S. Now we have a D. Since you have to measure Q, R, S, you will obviously take a ruler. QRS, measuring QRS means you have to measure the angle R made by Q and S. That is how you'll measure the angle, and whatever the angle is, you'll note it down. That would be all for my presentation. I hope you guys understood. It's an easy one as long as you practice. So good luck and take care.